Yesterday we were at a new build with Glenn with Titan Homes, and we have pulled out some of the selections that we started with to walk through the house, and now we're going to tweak some of those just a little bit to refine them based on how the construction is working and how things are setting up. So all those little details matter. Okay, so typically in a new construction home, I start with the flooring because I like to build the design from the ground up. So in this space, we have a nice warm kind of mid-range wood floor that we're gonna build off of, and kind of leaning back towards those classic kind of welcoming warm tones on the ground. And then we're gonna build up with lighter colors from there. So we'll have this throughout the whole main floor. And in the kitchen, we're going to have some countertops that contrast a little bit. Overall, we're going with a kind of a neutral color scheme, and we're gonna build texture and pattern and stuff on top of those neutral tones. So with our hardwoods, we're going to do a very subtle neutral wall color with an off-white trim color, and our cabinets will be in the off-white trim color, and we'll do something similar to this with countertops, probably a nice island with some pretty movement. And then behind the hood area where we talked about eliminating the wall cabinets, we're gonna do a really neat tile that will go to the ceiling to create a little bit of drama and a little bit of interest, kind of draw your eye from the living room back to the kitchen. So moving on from the living room, going upstairs, we're gonna run this hardwood on the landing and up the hallway upstairs, which is going to give the space a lot of longevity. The most traffic is in the hallway. Everybody goes to their own separate bedrooms, but everybody convenes in the hallway. So putting hardwood in your hallway is going to help things last a little bit longer and help the carpet last longer in your bedrooms. In the secondary bathrooms, we have this really nice, very simple, clean, updated classic tile, and we're gonna do it on the floor and on the tub and shower walls. Just has a little bit of texture, a little bit of pattern, but very subtle. So you can play it up with your own accessories and still stay neutral with the background. In the master, which is a little bit more fun, a little bit more set apart, we're gonna do this really neat large format 24 by 24 tile on the floor. And we've pretty much based everything around that. Just like we discussed with the hardwoods, we're just kind of building from the floor up. And in the master, it's a smaller space, so you don't want to have too many different focal points going on. So the floor is very interesting. It's got a great texture, and it's a pattern within the large format tile. So it gives you that interest without having a lot of grout joints, a lot of things going on. And on the shower walls, this shower is very neat because, as you might have been able to see yesterday with the layout, it's an open plan. So it's called a wet space, where you have the tub and the shower kind of conjoined in the same area. We're gonna do a really simple 12 by 24 tile on the shower walls. And then probably in that neat long niche that he's gonna backlight, we're gonna do something a little bit more interesting. I would love to play off the hex that's on the floor and put it in some type of interesting layout on the back of the niche. Probably still doing tone on tone, but just keeping it a little bit interesting, adding a little bit of pop without it being too overpowering, because they're gonna have a very long vanity area and upper tall cabinets that are gonna create a lot of storage. We'll probably go back to our neutral trim color cabinet in that area just to create some openness and make it feel bigger. In the fireplace area in the living room, we opted for discussion yesterday to eliminate the fireplace and do an inset accent to hang the TV. So we haven't decided on final colors yet, but I think we'll do some type of vertical acoustic panel, and that will also play off the linear verticality in the kitchen backsplash by the hood. And we'll also mimic that in the mudroom entry area where the bench is, just to kind of tie things together. And I'm really excited about that. That'll be a new, interesting take on a very traditional space. Exterior-wise, we're doing a darker color palette with some neutral darks to add accent, and we're playing with the different exterior applications, stucco, vertical siding, horizontal siding, and just keeping the elements very earthy and modern and updated, but with very classic traditional applications. Please like, share, and subscribe.